Welcome back to the Nearly Men podcast. I'm back. I surfed in. You missed it.
Yeah, mate, it was actually...
Cameras rolling for it.
It was crazy.
I'm back from Australia, mate.
How was it?
Yeah, crazy. I'm still very jet lagged, so
When did
I
you
might
get
fall
back?
asleep halfway through. 2 days ago now. 2 days ago? Yeah. It's hit me hard. When I went out there, it was fine. The way back, I've been dead.
I think the way back is worse, generally.
So jet lag, I thought you'd get a bit tired and then you'd like get over it quickly, or you'd go to bed a bit earlier and wake up earlier. But I'm falling asleep at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and then waking up at 8 and then going back to sleep and waking up at 11 and then waking up at 1 and waking up at 3. I googled it. Apparently, it's quite common. Don't know if you've heard of it. You end up like just so out of sync that your body doesn't know when to sleep or when to get up.
Well, because obviously I went to Australia last year as well, and I was really worried about the jet lag. Yeah. But it was actually okay. The way back was worse, I think. But maybe that's because of the flight timings. What time did you land?
I landed at 5 a.m.
Oh, that's not great, though.
I couldn't sleep on the flight.
Yeah, because I landed at 10 a.m. and I slept for a lot of the flight. So it was like, I still, by 4:30, I was falling asleep in front of the TV. And I went to bed at like 7:45, but I was kind of over it by the next day. Yeah. Where in Australia did you go? Talk us through the trip.
Mate, all of the East Coast, literally. I managed to see an England Ashes win out there, which was incredible.
That's mad. You witnessed like one of the most insane days of cricket in like English cricket. I know this series was terrible, but you were day 2, Melbourne Test.
I know, and we were there with, I'd say, 3 people who weren't like cricket fans.
Yeah.
My girlfriend being one of them, and we were like, it's always like this. This is exactly what Test cricket is like. But yeah, we were really lucky. Right amongst it with the Barmy Army as well. We had these amazing seats in Melbourne. We were one tier up right at the front, so we had like a place to rest our drinks right above the Barmy Army. Just watching it the whole time. It was interesting.
That's really cool.
It was cool, man. It was cool.
That day of cricket, I remember I like stayed up to watch it, or to watch some of it, and then I woke up at I kept waking up in the middle of the night during the cricket because I do care about it. Not like I didn't set an alarm, but I would wake up, body clock would be like, what's going on?
Have
I'd
a
check my
little
phone.
yeah.
And I went to bed, and Australia were like 2 down.
Yeah.
And like 4.5 hours later, it was like England are 100 for 2. And I was like, what the fuck happened in that period of time?
It was so bizarre. It was basically like, I only ever been with those people as well, like the people who aren't cricket fans, to like the 100. So I'd taken my girlfriend to the 100 before, and she was like, this is no different. Because it was like England are like batting, like they're like out for 140 or something. Like, this is not what it's like. I can't explain.
It normally lasts a little bit longer than this.
Yeah, but it was class, mate. And then, just did most of the East Coast, all the classic places, Byron Bay. Dodged a cyclone in Cairns.
Good.
Had to get out of there pretty early, so got an earlier flight back to Sydney, enjoyed some of the sun. Yeah, mate, loved it. It was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm really jealous. I know I went, but it's just such a beautiful place in the world.
It's been very difficult, which I've been lucky to go on a lot of trips, holidays all around the world. It's been very difficult coming back into this weather. Like, I am genuinely like borderline depressed.
Yeah, the post-holiday blues after an Australia trip, they hit bad.
It's just so dark and rainy here. And again, I looked up on AI how to get over jet lag, and it went, if you do wake up really early, get out and get in the sunshine nice and early at 6 a.m. and, start your day. And I'm like,
can't do that.
What's sunshine?
That's just not a go right now.
I need one of those red lights.
Yeah, you should get one of those like alarm clocks that has like a natural light. Oh, what's it? Is it a red light one? You can get an alarm clock where it turns a lamp on, but it's meant to like replicate early morning sun. Yeah.
No, I'll just live in wallow, to be honest.
No, it's a good shout. Just hibernate, basically. We also haven't spoken about 2 Fulham Palace games that have happened.
I know.
We missed both of them.
That's bad scheduling from
It's
us.
terrible scheduling.
Yeah.
The first one at Craven Cottage, obviously, we'll open with that. When you said about at the MCG, you were sat on the second tier, front row. That's where I was sat at Fulham when I went to Fulham Palace. It was the best seats at football game I've ever had.
Yeah.
Second tier, front row, halfway line, right above the dugout. And the hospitality was insane.
It's good, isn't it?
It was insane.
Well, we did some work with the club before. Fulham were lucky. Like I said, Fulham were lucky.
Fulham were lucky to have us on.
To have the Nearly Men on. And I was saying to you, like, that hospitality is unbelievable. Yeah. It's unbelievable. But, we put some content out. I got some stick,
I know, yeah.
You put some, well, for those who haven't seen it.
As well.
Yeah. Ollie did one post. I mean, we did loads of content for the club. Yeah. So, like, a lot of more professional style content. Then we did a silly TikTok where Ollie was like reenacting
John
the
Ellis.
Goals. Yeah. And pretending to be John Ellis, but also reenacting the goals from their FA Cup win last year, which we might speak about the FA Cup soon. But yeah, I got a lot of stick. Like, how could you let him do this? I had people coming up to me in public.
Really?
And being like, I can't believe you let that Ollie guy do this. I'm like,
It's
Mate,
not that deep.
It's not that deep.
It's really not that deep.
I can't believe it's that deep. But I do understand, in a way, why fans would get triggered by it. But I don't know, it's just like... Even in the video, I said to the fans when I'm like... Of Fulham, the Fulham fans who would come up to me and said, like, oh, why would you let him do that? I said... But like in the video, I'm giving him shit. Like the point is, I'm being like, "Oh, let him in. What's he doing here?"
Yeah.
Like that's the
It's
point.
just like,
it's not like I'm laughing. I'm not like.
It's light-hearted banter. But I mean, talking of people getting triggered by FA Cup things.
Didn't see any games, mate. Not sure what happened. Australia time difference. Talk me through it.
Obviously, we lost to Macclesfield. Elephant in the room. Brilliant. And as I said, I am genuinely over it.
You're not over
I am.
You're not over it.
I was over it by Sunday night because as I said to you off air, we were never going to retain the FA Cup. I'm fine with that. I had the moment last year, and I'm fine with it. I was annoyed at the time, don't get me wrong. But what I was going to say was, I honestly think Ollie Thomas haters were like more wound up than me. I was getting like DMs being like, yeah, have that, you lot. And people were like raging. I was like, what? If you hate me, you should be happy. But people will seem to be even more angry. I got like an unbelievable amount of like personal hate. I was like, that's one thing I don't get about football fans. Surely if you hate someone and their team lose, you laugh at them.
Yeah,
these people were raging.
I mean, I laughed at you.
Yeah, but that's expected. And when people were commenting, being like, "We're like," I'll be like, "Yeah, fair enough. Obviously, I'm going to get heat." But when people are like in my DMs calling me like every name under the sun, I'm like, "Why are you doing that? We've just lost. You should be laughing at me. You shouldn't. You need to calm down. You need to take this as a win rather than a loss."
Yeah, I don't know, mate. People are strange, but up the Macclesfield,
they deserved it, mate.
Talk me through it.
I mean, we were just like it was honestly, it was the worst Palace. What is that?
What? Talk me through the game.
What are we doing there? For audio listeners, John has just unzipped his jacket and he's wearing an I Heart Macclesfield t-shirt.
I do, mate. I've had this for ages.
you just love Macclesfield. Did you have to get that custom made or did you order it online? Has someone ever actually... It actually fits you quite well.
It's quite
You
small.
actually look quite good right now, genuinely.
Yeah, do you want it?
Yeah, I might buy that.
Okay, you can put it on for our next episode. No, I got it off Amazon. I tried to order a kit and I couldn't get a kit. Macclesfield. I tried to reach out
It's
to you
because they're that minuscule. It's because they're that minuscule. They're in the sixth tier. They're in the sixth tier. Their striker was on bloody Love Island.
Yeah.
Like, unironically, was on Love Island.
It's so good. One of their players is a PE teacher.
Yeah, he came back into school and everyone was like, "Oh, he's my form teacher," and he just beating Palace playing in midfield against Wharton. They were like, fair play to them. I have no hate towards Macclesfield because they completely outplayed us. Like, it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
But,
do you think it's the biggest upset ever? Because I keep saying that it technically
I think
is the biggest
statistically it is, but like, I saw a shout for Chelsea Bradford, for example, a couple of years ago when Chelsea went 2-0 up and they played a full strength team and then they conceded 4 second half. Then they lost 4-2 at home to League Two. Bradford and Chelsea won the league that year. I think that's a bigger upset.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's slightly, because Palace were the winners, it's slightly like fudging the numbers a bit.
Exactly. It's like Palace, the FA Cup winners. Yeah, but like we're not like Liverpool. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We are. I mean,
but then there's also an argument that I think some people have said that it should be a bigger disparity because there's another league, isn't there? There's Conference North and Conference South.
Yeah.
And they estimated it was like 117 places between the teams, but actually there's like another set of teams in that league that there's maybe like 15 above them, so it could be like 130 places.
They are like it was just awful. I heart Macclesfield.
Can we see this cleanly, Jacob? If you want to buy this, you can get it on Amazon for £16.
And use code JCC.
Yeah, check out. Best £16 I ever spent.
We'll have to make sure that's in the pod promo picture.
I tried to reach out to Macclesfield. I was actually gutted. Maybe we're just kind of irrelevant. But I was trying to reach out. I'm
going to quickly take my jumper off because I am wearing my Palace FA Cup winners t-shirt today. Just to remind everyone that we did
today,
win the FA Cup.
He wears it every day. He's wearing it today.
So I think this is a nice juxtaposition. Every time you see John wearing his I Heart Macclesfield shirt, you'll see me wearing Palace FA Cup winners. And look, if you told me this... Hang on, one sec.
Whose shirt's better?
If you told me this time last year, you know what, you'll win the FA Cup in 2025, but then you'll lose to Macclesfield in the first round of the next season, would you take that?
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm not even taking that.
I would take it as a Fulham fan, obviously. But I think it's a bad loss. But I think, like you said off air, you probably want to focus on that Conference League. That doesn't mean there's any justification to going out to Macclesfield.
No, it's terrible. I'm not. To be clear, just because I'm not that bothered doesn't mean it's not really embarrassing and doesn't mean that we shouldn't be incredibly bothered by the fact we got outplayed. Like if you watch the game, I have no complaints about us losing. We didn't get unlucky. We were just terrible. Yeah. I did have to watch the last half an hour of the game on mute because obviously, understandably, the FA Cup commentators want Macclesfield to win. Whether they can't explicitly say that, but they clearly do want it to happen. Yeah. And I get that. Palace were the beneficiaries of that. God, I was covered in stuff. I took my jumper off. Palace were the beneficiaries of that last year, and I'm fine with that. Yeah. But it was unbearable to listen to. And have you seen the goals?
Yeah, of course I have.
You've seen the second goal,
the one where he sort of just kicks,
which is just like a jammy. Let's be honest, it's a shit goal.
Yeah, but it's shit from your perspective.
It's terrible.
You can't clear
defending.
The ball. Like it's not shit from their perspective. It's a shit goal from the defence for me.
But it's not like a well worked goal, and that's fine. It went in, and it's terrible defending. On the commentary, they're going, "Yeah, the more you watch that finish back, the better you realise it is." I'm like, "I'll have a day off." He's just stuck his foot out and it's gone in. You don't Anyway,
let the lad have it.
I'm not even rattled. I wasn't even rattled by it at the time.
You are so rattled.
The thing that annoyed me was when you get all these Brighton fans be like, "Where?" I'm like, Why are you talking?
Yeah, but I think that they can't really say anything.
Yeah, exactly. They can't.
No, they can't.
They can't. It's just like, what, you know exactly what I'm going to say. FA Cup winners 2025. What have they done? Nothing.
Imagine you never won an FA Cup game again.
I would take that. No, I'm not
never again. You just go out in the first round for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You take that.
I would take that if we won. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I suppose, of course you would. I'd take that now.
Because I don't think it's a shame that we got knocked out early because we used a winner's ball this year. I don't know if you saw the video that was on my Instagram. No. Basically, I made a really nice video with Mitre about the FA Cup.
I did see that. Yeah, the Mitre video.
And also it was a video promoting the winner's ball. I don't think that's actually that obvious in the video. So Palace used a special ball. And the winners of the previous year's competition use a ball all the way through if they get past the third round.
Got one run out. Can Macclesfield use it?
It should be passed on.
They should use it.
Yeah, it should be passed on to Macclesfield are de facto FA Cup winners now. But it's a shame because I made such a nice bit of content with them, but now it's just like people were like, this whole thing has been invalidated now because you lost to Macclesfield. It's like, no, last year was incredible, best year of my life, best season ever. We lost to Macclesfield. The two things can coexist.
Yeah, it's so interesting because obviously I've been off grid in Australia and I can assume what your DMs would look like, but I can sit here and mock you all I want, but no one's actually got a leg to stand on and be like, "Oh, it makes the win irrelevant."
Yeah, no, exactly.
Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't we won it. You're on the trophy.
Exactly. It doesn't change anything from last year. And also, I think an issue with football social media, especially because Macclesfield are a really small team. I'm not taking them out. It's people make it more of a Palace embarrassment than a Macclesfield success. Yeah. The two are equally strong, I think. But it should be more about Macclesfield because they were really good. They played really, really well.
Yeah, they did. From what I saw, I only watched the highlights, but
it was terrible. And then that night. So my girlfriend had been out in the day with her mates, so she got back. She was all buzzy, and she was I was obviously just rattled. And she was in a great mood, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I just can't entertain any of this you're doing right now. I need to go and lock myself in a dark room because I'm so annoyed about this situation." Anyway, and Fulham through?
Yeah, we're through. Beat Middlesbrough.
I'm rooting for Fulham now. I can openly support Fulham in the FA Cup now.
Well, mate, I'm rooting for us as well.
Yeah, that would just be class. Although when Fulham get knocked out by who you got?
We got Stoke, I think. Stoke away.
Oh, we're in our hot Stoke shirt.
Rain United Stoke. No, it's not the same. I don't think they sell them.
It's not the same. No, that'd actually probably be more embarrassing.
They only do Macclesfield ones. I think they only do big places like New York, London, Macclesfield.
Yeah, just the big major cities. International cities.
Where is Macclesfield?
It's near Manchester, I think, isn't it?
Okay, we should go.
We shouldn't. No, I feel like Macclesfield should welcome me with open arms.
Yeah.
But realistically, Palace were. I think a lot of the fans who went were you know what, fair enough, and they were very good about it. You get the odd fan who's like, "Oh, they should refund all the fans' tickets." I hate it when people say that. It's a sport.
Yeah,
you might lose a game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You go to those places in the knowledge that you might lose. And if you want to refund every time you lose, what's the point? Also, we already gave all of our ticket money to Macclesfield.
That's good.
We're just a nice club like that.
I saw Exeter ask for Man City to do that, and I don't think they did.
Yeah,
they were
like,
no.
No.
That's so funny. They get beat 10-1 and then don't get the money.
But equally, it's isn't it a bit different because they played at Man City?
Yeah.
So Man City would be giving up quite a lot of money.
Yeah. I think it's one thing that it's nice to offer, but I don't think you can.
You shouldn't ask.
It's a bit begging.
Yeah. That is Exeter. You're a bunch of begs if you're watching.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. Are they League? They're League Two. Are they League Two?
I don't know. All I know is Joe Tomlinson's from Exeter.
Oh, sorry, Joe Tomlinson. I actually played football with Joe Tomlinson last week.
He's naughty. He'll step on your foot.
I was on his team, thankfully.
Yeah, he's naughty.
Yeah, I played with like the Football Daily lot.
Yeah.
I think I'm on a mission to dispel the myth that I'm terrible at football.
Did you play with producer Kai?
Yeah. No, he wasn't there, but he's in the group.
Because I seen he's going on. I was texting him this morning. He's going on that. You know when Sky do the
the talent shows.
No. They do the Pick the Pro. So they have 5 players, and you have to guess which one's professional.
Oh yeah.
And they have to do challenges in front of. So he's doing it in front of Cucurella and
really
another Chelsea player. Yeah. And he's got to pretend to be prone. He was like, I'm shitting myself.
Is he good?
He's all right, yeah, but like you got to look technical. There is a pro there. And I think Kai's strengths when I've played, like he plays for my football team, but I think his strengths are like he's just like Kai's ripped and he's rapid, so I think that's his strength. So if you're asking him to like dribble through some cones, then put it top right, he's not.
He's like, just put a through ball through, and I'll show you how quick I am. just running up and down.
Yeah.
I saw they did the Guess the Pro on Sky Sports Golf before.
That was so good with Rose.
Yeah. I'm like that is cool. Pressure.
Yeah,
that is like, and because football's a bit different. I feel like I don't know. Golf
football,
is
I think it's easier to tell, whereas golf, like I think the pros should be able to tell, but in golf, if you've got somebody who plays off like -3, they're not a pro.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily, but they might be unbelievable, really good, but you can still tell or not tell. That's what's difficult.
Yeah. That was fun
for that. This episode is sponsored by Hill Coaching Company.
Feeling stuck, bored, or quietly running on empty? Oliver Hill is a UK-based business coach guiding leaders, founders, and entrepreneurs to intentional happiness, wealth, and legacy.
The work is direct and challenging. Honest conversations exposing the self-sabotage and breaking down the comfort zones that no longer serve you.
The result? Clearer decisions, stronger relationships, genuine happiness, and success that feels enjoyable.
Find out more at hillcoachingcompany.co.uk.
Well, let's get into the actual episode, shall we?
I think we should talk about Macclesfield more.
we've given Macclesfield plenty of airtime.
So today's episode is the top 10 Macclesfield moments of all time.
Of last week. Coming at number 10. Kick-off against Crystal Palace. We're going to talk about transfers.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about nearly teams. So last year there were some nearly teams in football. There was Arsenal, lost the Champions League semi-final, League Cup semi-final, and came second in the league. We've got Man United, Man City, Villa, Real Madrid. I think we've got more. We're actually going to talk about Fulham as well.
Yeah, okay. Feels an honour to be there.
And we'll talk about Palace, even though we're not an early team. We won the FA Cup last year. The only year that matters, really. I think the FA Cup, like honestly, 2026, it's just not really...
no one really cares. I don't think people care.
We're going to talk about how these teams can go from nearly teams to winning teams in the form of signings, predominantly. But I've also got some left field shouts in terms of how teams can do certain things, and some of them are obviously already doing very well, e.g. Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm glad you don't have just signings, because I thought the same when we were looking at our list of teams as well. I thought there's not necessarily signings. There's players that can be bedded back in.
Yeah.
There's managers that could potentially take jobs.
Yeah, exactly. And I think managers who potentially should leave their club. I've actually added a team in.
Okay, mate, kick us off. Where do you want to start?
I think let's start with the team that probably needs to do the least, because they're basically they're already not nearly a team. It's Arsenal.
I feel like with Arsenal, Ollie, I don't want to cut you off. I feel like there's only one question: is like, do they need a striker? Is Gyökeres the man right now?
No, I mean right now, no.
But do they need a striker right now? Is the question. We're talking January signings.
I don't think so. I think I really like Kai Havertz. I'm a big Kai Havertz guy.
Yeah, he's a good player.
And like Gyökeres has been, I think we can comfortably say now he's played enough games that he has just been terrible. He's been terrible. But Arsenal is still winning most weeks. And he's obviously doing like something, because if he was genuinely a complete waste of space, Arsenal probably wouldn't be so good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he does a little bit, but...
What do you think Arsenal look like with Julian Alvarez up front this season? How much further clear are they in the league? Do you think it improves them? Or Ollie Watkins?
Yeah, I was pro Watkins in the summer.
What do you think they couldn't get their hands on Watkins now in January?
No, Villa don't have enough.
They're not going to let him go.
Do you think they should sign a striker in Jan?
I don't think they should. I think they've got enough to get over the line, but I think with what City are doing, like Semenyo coming in, if City go and get a centre-back, we'll get on to City, but we think that's the elephant in the room. City need a defender. I mean, Semenyo looks like he's landed, right? 2 goals, technically 3 goals in 2 games, but he got disallowed for the most ridiculous reason.
Ridiculous last night.
I think Arsenal should be okay, but City just feels so inevitable all the time, like over the last 10 years, and going and getting Semenyo probably like the hottest property in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They just go get him. Like, they beat everyone to him, and he starts that well. You do think the way Cherki's playing, the way Foden's playing, the way Haaland's playing, if they can sort their defence out.
Yeah, but that's a big if, and I think that's City's biggest problem. The thing is with Arsenal, apparently Semenyo would have gone to Arsenal if Arsenal were in for him, but they weren't in for him.
I just don't. I think Arsenal fans might be screaming at this right now, but I just don't think they needed Semenyo. I don't think they necessarily need it, especially not in January.
No, I agree with that. I've written for January possibly a midfielder, just because I think when Zubimendi or Rice is injured, and that's a big if.
Yeah.
They lack a bit of depth. Like, I don't think Mourinho is a great midfielder. I think he's really good at certain things, but I don't think he's like a replacement for either of those two. And obviously, Christian Norgard is not being backed. I've written Goretzka. He's out of contract in the summer. They've been linked to him this January, or just a little like, you know what, instead of getting him on a free, let's pay, I don't know, 10, 15 mil to get him now. And he's like a good backup, because they don't want someone to come in and usurp Zubimendi and Rice. They don't need to replace either of those two, and neither of those two will want to be replaced. Yeah. So just get someone who's happy to be a backup and pocket a Premier League winners medal potentially at the end of the season.
Okay, I don't hate it. It's not something I thought of. I honestly, with Arsenal, just said in my head, stay the same. But if you can get hold of a striker, maybe. But I feel like the strikers that they want, like if Gyökeres isn't the answer, they need to go and reinvest. So why go and get who you going to get anyway? There's no one that's in. You know what I mean? Like, who'd you get?
But then, so let's say in the summer they go and rework the striker situation, because they've got 3 strikers: Gyökeres, Havertz, Jesus.
Yeah.
How do they go about reshaping the squad? Because if they buy up, they can't have 4 strikers.
No, I think Jesus goes. They have to.
His legs have gone a bit.
They have to keep Gyökeres.
Yeah.
And I think Havertz is a player in there, and I think he's a good rotational striker.
I guess he's versatile as well.
Like, he could go in that midfield. He's not a solution, but he could. So I think they get rid of Jesus. I mean, look, I don't know the situation with Alvarez at Atletico Madrid. I know they bought him for a lot of money, and they're not going to let him go. But like, to me, that's the only. Lautaro Martinez. I don't know. They need someone like that. Yeah. They need that level of striker if they want to win the Premier League. You know, like 2-3 times in the next 5 years, they need to go and sign a striker that's going to score them 30 goals a season.
Yeah,
it's hard to find it though.
The thing is, they've spaced their goals out so much this year. Like Enzo Fernandez, I saw this yesterday. Enzo Fernandez would be Arsenal's top scorer this season. But but I think is that a good thing? I think it is a good thing. I think sharing the goals is a good thing, because it means you're not reliant. And Arsenal have showed that this year. They're not reliant on one player to do anything ever. It's like a whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find a good striker. It is hard. I don't think Gyökeres was like. Throughout the summer, I said I didn't think he would be the player that people thought he would be.
I thought he'd do better than he has done.
I agree with that.
Output wise,
yeah.
I thought he would score more goals in this team. It sounds so easy to say, but I thought just stand on the penalty spot and tap it in.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I thought that Arsenal needed goals. Yeah. And he just seems to not be able to do that for them.
I think we can officially say now that the Portuguese league is a farmers' league. Ruben Amorim, Victor Gyökeres made Sporting Lisbon look amazing.
Who's the last good player to come from the Portuguese league?
Nani.
Bruno.
Bernardo Silva.
Bruno Fernandes. Bernardo Silva.
Bruno.
There's a few gems there. Yeah.
But majority are absolutely washed. I also think in the summer, Arsenal should try and get a left winger.
Okay.
Because Trossard's been really good this season, but like, he's Trossard.
Give me a name.
Nico Williams. I know he's just signed a fat extension at Athletic Bilbao, and he's on about 500 grand a week. And like Barkel is probably is definitely a more realistic option, and probably objectively better. I just prefer Nico Williams. I think he's well good.
Rafael Leao.
I don't think Leao is actually that good.
Right.
Like his record at Milan in recent year, or like over the past year, has been really average. I think.
It has, yeah.
I just think someone like Barker or Nico Williams who's like a real like live. Effectively like having someone like Madueke on the left.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Martinelli, I don't know Martinelli. I think he's so average.
Since the collar push.
Yeah, disgusting. He played left wing against us in the League Cup, and he humiliated Camvo for the first half. Like, it was, if you're getting like skinned by Martinelli in a 1v1, like, that's worrying, because he's not even that good 1v1. So you think a striker for Arsenal?
I think a striker.
Julian Alvarez, potentially dream scenario. I think Atletico would sell him.
Yeah, I think that's the dream scenario, but I don't know if Arsenal would go. I mean, it's got to be 100 million plus. It's got to be 110.
They're not going to spend that.
It's got to be that money. Yeah. I don't think they'll spend that after signing Gyökeres.
No, they won't. They've got to give him a chance at least to come. He might come good.
Yeah. Well,
he might come good. Talking of the title, Man City.
Man City.
I want to give a shout out to Man City quickly because Semenyo and Doku are so fun. I did a video yesterday saying it. Honestly, having two wingers like that who are like so individual and explosive and good 1v1. It reminds me of watching like Zaha and Balassi.
Yeah, mate,
but just on like an elite scale.
Can't believe you've not thrown in Cherky to that as well.
I know, yeah.
Like they have so many players now where I'm actually suddenly they're like, are they back? Like they're very exciting.
It's probably the most exciting in terms of it's not the best, but it's the most exciting Man City team I think I can honestly remember. Because often the old City ones would be like they'd obviously be way better, but they would pass you to death and like it would be they would control games. City don't really control games in the same way now, but they have so much individual quality that they can just like win a game in a moment.
The Sane, Sterling, Aguero was a fun front three. Like that was the last time I think it was fun.
Yeah.
And then since then it was like buying Grealish and nerfing him and like never allowing him to sort of play the way that he. The reason they signed him.
Yeah, but equally,
they are fun.
I think Doku has proved that like maybe Grealish just wasn't that good.
Oh, that's harsh.
Because Doku has not been nerfed. He still gets the ball and runs people the whole time.
Yeah.
And Grealish just didn't do that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think they're slightly different players though.
They are. Doku's just better 1v1
I think Doku's probably the best 1v1 winger in the world. He's up there with Vinicius
Jr. He's one of the best I've ever
Him and
seen
Vinny,
in the Prem.
yeah.
I think you just can't stop him 1v1. But their problem, I think City's biggest problem that will hinder them this year is just like the lack of control.
Yeah.
I think that normally in a title race there are two characters. There's the inevitable, just win games constantly, like, and will find a way of doing it no matter what. And then there's normally like the fun, exciting team who are like a bit vulnerable, but you probably want them to win more, but ultimately they just won't do it because they lack something. I think City are the latter. I don't think they're inevitable in the same way. I think like when they beat us 3-0 start of December, I got a lot of heat for saying this time. I was like, this City team is not that good. And I know we just lost 3-0, but like we should have got something from that game. And that was when they had Diaz and Gvardiol.
Yeah.
And now they have neither of them. Gvardiol's probably out for the season. Diaz is out for weeks.
Yeah. No, I like that thought process. I know what you mean. Arsenal seem to have that level of control. I think, though, City signings still don't get spoken about enough. Like that's quietly, they're building a team that I think might not be ready this year, but 2 years from now, next year, you know what I mean? If you add in if you add in someone who can control that midfield a bit better for them, because Rodri maybe isn't going to get back to that level, and you add in a world-class centre-back and they gel, you add that to the Doku and Semenyo, the Haaland scoring however many goals, Foden in the best form of his life, Cherky doing Rabonas and playing unbelievably, Donnarumma coming between the sticks and looks unbelievable for them. I just think it feels like why maybe it's a bit more about Arsenal. It has to be this year, because if Arsenal don't then go and get a Julian Alvarez or go and spend big, I don't know how they compete with what City are quietly building. Yeah. If Pep stays, lots of ifs.
I know. That can change so quickly in terms of like one signing can just like. I think for fans often are like, we need 4 players, but then you sign one and all of a sudden your squad is way better.
Yeah.
Who do you think City should sign in January?
It's just Mark Gay.
Just is
unfortunately.
I think
do we agree with that?
Yeah.
Mark Gay seems to be the only. I mean, I think there's a lot of players around. I think we're getting onto other teams as well that need centre backs. There's not that many floating about that I think can go to the top clubs and step in. I think Mark Gay seems like the only fit.
Yeah.
Knows the Premier League. There's an obvious slot there with Gvardiol and Diaz being injured. He goes straight in. I think it's probably Mark Gay.
It is. I've got Mark Gay as well. I also think for Palace, it's not a bad deal. Like, if we can we have a price, right? And
which is what?
I think it's about 35 to 40 mil.
Okay.
Because it's mid-season, and I imagine we've like already kind of prepared to lose him in the summer, so it's not the end of the world if we can't sell him in January. But that is still an amazing deal for a player of Mark Gay's quality. Like, this is a player who we rejected 60 million for 18 months ago. And he is Palace captain. He's an England regular. He'll be playing centre-back for England at the World Cup unless he gets injured. He is going to go to a massive club. Like, the teams that he's linked with, Liverpool, Bayern, Arsenal, Man City, Real Madrid and Barca apparently say he wants too much money. But, like, equally, from a footballing standpoint, they were interested in him. 40 mil, just go and get him now. And that is your centre-back. He's only 24. That's a centre-back who can play for you for like the next 10 years.
From a Palace perspective, does that massively harm your Conference League chances this season? I mean, you're always telling me how the squad's so thin anyway. You go and get rid of the captain, the centre-back. Like, who steps into that role?
We'd have to go and get a ready-made replacement this month. And that's the thing. It's like
and then that's the issue of like every club knows you've just got 40 million for him. So a player who you might have been looking at for like 15, 20 mil, that club's going to turn around and say 25, 30.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're looking at it and you're going, we got 10 mil for Mark Gahey and we brought in, net,
exactly.
And we're like, who's this replacement? Is he going to work?
My ideal scenario is we give City Gahey and we get Ake and Oscar Bob. One of them on a loan, preferably Ake on loan, because I'd like Oscar Bob on a permanent. But I think that's too.
I like that
because Ake is a left footer, so he'd play like whoever comes in will have to play on the left side of the back three. Ake would slot into that role perfectly. He's very experienced. He's very good. I know he's been injured a lot, but equally he's been injured, but then he's just been playing 90 minutes, like 4 games in a row for City, and he's been absolutely fine.
Yeah,
I think we have like quite good young options at centre back. So like if we. Like someone like Canvo, who's played the last few games and I think has looked really good. We have a guy called Chadi Riyad, who we signed last summer, who is, again, a left-footed centre-back who's meant to play on the left side of a back three. But he had a couple of bad injuries, but he's back now. He just played under the under-21s the other day and looked really good. Like, I don't need like a long-term solution there. I need someone who can just come in and contribute now. And even if he, by next summer, is washed... the priority is like winning the Conference League, as you said. That's the only thing I care about. And realistically, like, I will die on this hill. If we don't win the Conference League, it will be entirely our own fault. We have the best squad in it. I think now Rossini's gone to Chelsea. We definitely have the best manager in it. Like, there's just no reason why we shouldn't win the competition. If Mark Gahey is the difference between us winning it and not winning it, that's like a bit of a concern to me. If you let's say we've got a fully fit team and you put Ake at left centre back, there is no reason why we can't win the Conference League still. Obviously it's a loss, but like, and then if you can add someone like Oscar Bob, then that's great. It's a win for everyone.
I like that. So Gahey out, Oscar Bob and Ake in.
That would be my
Oscar Bob on loan.
I mean,
Ake
preferably Ake on loan, just because Oscar Bob's way more valuable.
Do you think you're going to get Oscar Bob out of City?
Apparently they're willing to sell.
I mean, they have to. Semenyo coming in.
I think a loan is probably more realistic.
Loan both of them. Gahey out.
If we got full fee, 40 mil for Gahey, 32 million for Gahey,
32 and a half,
and Ake and Bob on loan. I would think I would take that.
Right?
Oh, would I? 35. Take it or leave it. Pep, cheeky.
You can't get both on loan.
Shit.
You can only have one from each club.
Okay, give me Ake on loan. Oscar Bob come
true.
to Palace. Though we did just sign Brendan Johnson, would be a bit weird. Anyway, Man City, Mark Gahey, agreed.
Yeah, it seems like the obvious
It's the tap-in. Sometimes the most obvious answer is staring you right in the face, and if you want some niche answer from us, then sorry.
Yeah.
Let's go to the red side of Manchester. Man United.
Man United.
First question, who should be their permanent manager?
Oh, mate, I think... Who's played for Man United loads under the Ferg era? Park Ji-sung?
Ryan Giggs.
Oh, come on. And Nicky Butt? Like, it's one of them.
Yeah.
It's one of them. I think we just keep trying.
Johnny Evans.
Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah. Phil Neville.
Phil and Gary Neville
yeah.
as co-managers.
Wow.
And then Ferguson, I think, should just
Chicharito.
Oh, yeah. And then Ferguson just sits on a higher seat just behind them, just with his hands like this, just watching.
Yeah, just looking all gallant the whole time. He does my head in, Ferguson. I'm actually so rattled by him.
That does rattle you, doesn't it?
I'm just like, mate, just like...
I saw you retweet something where it was like Manchester United gave Darren Fletcher the interim appointment. No, gave Carrick the interim appointment based off of Alex Ferguson. I saw you retweet like, stop. Just stop.
It's like, oh, yeah, it's just...
He's picked like 12 managers or something.
I know, and they're not fucking working, Fergie, so just
surely
back
he didn't
off.
have a hand in Ruben Amorim. That's sure doesn't feel like a Ferguson.
I doubt it.
Manchester United just need... Well, I said Manchester United... Kobbie Mainoo coming back into it would be nice for them, I think. I think that a lot of fans have wanted to see that. And if they move to a three-man midfield of Kobbie Mainoo, Casemiro and Bruno, maybe that has a bit more balance and gives them a little bit more structure.
Yeah. I think the pressing need for a midfielder, although it is still there, is less prominent now. They have three in there.
Yeah, it was just so obvious to switch to the three, but obviously under Amorim, they're never going to do that. Yeah, I don't know, mate. It's a bit of a mess. I think Manchester United need to go and get a world-class manager, right?
Yeah.
We're both in agreement on that. They need to get like Thomas Tuchel, maybe Pochettino, somebody of that Nagelsmann, somebody of that level who's won titles at the top level. I guess Pochettino wouldn't fit that mold, but yeah, Luis Enrique.
Yeah, I think
someone like that. They need a winner.
Enrique's an interesting one.
They need a winner who takes no shit.
I pushed Lies last week for a final answer on who he'd have, and He didn't really answer it,
It's
from what I
difficult.
remember. There's just so many names being floated around. I said, we won't go back over it, that I don't think Glasner would be a good fit. I think
No, I don't.
if I had to pick one person, and let's say that hypothetically any manager that is going to be available is going to be willing to take the Man United job, which I think most would be. They still are a massive club. I think Luis Enrique would be the dream because he's got experience managing a massive club, multiple massive clubs in Barcelona and PSG. I have got two potential signings for Man United though.
Go on.
I mean, one of them's pretty obvious, Carlos Baleba.
Do you think though, with how bad he's looked this season?
I think his head's just in Manchester already.
Right.
I really think he's just like.
Are
he's
you just trying
mentally...
to push a narrative so they don't go and get Adam Wharton?
Like, I mean, Wharton and Mainoo as a two wouldn't work together.
No.
I don't think. There's just not enough like muscle there.
Yeah.
Although I suppose Wharton and Camden works, and there's not really much muscle there. I just think like for a team like United, like Mainoo is not physical. Neither is Wharton. They would both probably rather be the midfielder tasked with progressing the ball.
I know what you mean with Bruno in that. If you put Bruno in that as well, it's not a physical midfield.
Exactly.
It's a midfield that could be dominated physically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think Baleba is like, whilst Baleba is still, well, last season was really good on the ball, less so this year. He is like a bit more of a physical midfielder who's more of a proper number 6.
Yeah.
I've also got a bit of a left field shout, literally a left field shout actually. I think they could do with a left winger if they go to a back 4.
Yeah.
Because they have, I know they have Cunha,
yeah.
but Cunha's like not really an out and out left winger, and he could definitely play up front or behind the striker as well. Like if they've got, let's say they qualify for Europe next year, which they probably should, even if they've got Michael Carrick. I think like a good left winger would be good. So I've suggested Antonio Nusa from RB Leipzig.
Okay.
Who is like really young. He would probably cost a bit of money, but he wouldn't be like astronomically 100 mil level.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good for them to get like a young left winger who doesn't need to go into the team straight away, but like can. And then all of a sudden, United's attack, you've got like Sesko, Mbuemo, Ahmad, Bruno, Cunha, Nusa, and you're like, oh, that's actually pretty good. And they've got young players in there.
How much could they get him for? Because I feel like the last thing they need to do is go buy like another £80 million winger like Sancho or Anthony, and it just doesn't work.
It would probably be about that.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It becomes like a running joke.
Yeah,
it becomes like he's stamped with it before he even arrives.
Sancho is still contracted to Man United, isn't he? He's on
at
loan at Villa.
He's at Villa on loan.
So he's still technically
but
Man
he's
United
still
player.
a Manchester United player, yeah. As is Rashford, who could come back.
True, although Barcelona want Rashford permanently, don't they? But Rashford actually might come back.
True.
How
much are Man United going to want for Rashford?
It said, I saw a thing the other day, and it's like they have like a 40 million buy option for Rashford. I was like, that's fuck all for Rashford.
Nothing.
And it was like, and Barcelona trying to negotiate it down.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, guys.
They don't have that sort of cash.
Just go and sell Lamine Yamal. Get some money. That's not a tip for Barcelona, actually. Don't
200
do that.
million, but...
Although let's go to a team local to Barcelona, not local, I guess, in the context of Europe local, Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. What were your thoughts on the sacking?
I mean, my thoughts are what they should do this year. Just get a manager and tell the players to stop being a bunch of melts and whiny little babies and just like listen to him.
Yeah, but they won't. It's Real Madrid.
But like, what's the point? What is the point having a manager? I saw, obviously, Real Madrid PR is mental. And I saw... It was like, yeah, the players just thought Xabi Alonso focused too much on small details. It's like, what is that not like literally what a manager's job is? Yeah. They're so used to Ancelotti who just goes, yeah, fuck it.
But I think that's unfortunately probably what they need. They just need someone to be like, go out and play Ancelotti. They're all in that. There's a toxic culture there.
Yeah, player power is just completely fucked.
Ancelotti seems
and
to be
Mbappe's player power in his career has just been like, he's a perfect match for Real Madrid actually.
Did you see Mbappe moving the players away from the Guard of Honour? They were set up to do a Guard of Honour for Barcelona, and Mbappe like moved everyone away. And there's a video of Xabi Alonso being like, no, we're doing it. And Mbappe's like, no, we're not doing it. And all the players listen to Mbappe. You're like, oh, God.
Well, but apparently it was like Xabi Alonso who pushed him leaving. Like he was like, I don't want to do this anymore, rather than he was sacked.
Right.
I think it was. You know, they said like mutual consent. Like it genuinely was. He was like, I want to get out of here, and they were like, yeah, fair enough, it's not working.
Right, it doesn't surprise me.
I don't think
I keep seeing Jurgen Klopp. I don't think I don't think it works at all.
No,
Jurgen Klopp is like, he's a Liverpool manager. He's a Dortmund manager. He's a manager of a club that I guess doesn't have a toxic environment. Stands for a little bit more than just winning football matches. It has to be about his style. It's about like the feel. I just cannot see Jurgen Klopp going into that dressing room and not just falling out with all. I can't see him. I can see Jurgen Klopp being on a diary of a CEO in like 2 years if he took that job and being like, yeah, they're all wankers.
Yeah,
like, he'd be like, they're all wankers.
a little slow cut to him going like, Yeah, it's really hard. That was my younger comprehension. No, I agree. It's like he is the complete opposite of what Real Madrid.
It doesn't make sense to me.
But you know who isn't the complete opposite and has also managed Liverpool? Arne Slot. There, I said it.
Arne Slot.
Arne Slot. Look at Liverpool last year. Mo Salah, just go and do some goals, and you don't have to do anything
but
else.
his stock's low. I just feel like he'd come in under too much pressure. I know
I
you're saying Xabi Alonso, Liverpool, Arne Slot go just a little swap, little wife swap,
little swap deal.
I don't see it working, mate. I don't see that working.
I mean, but who does work?
With it? Well, I just think Arne Slot, like, the wheels are falling off after one season at Liverpool. You go and manage the most high pressure club in the world. The only person that works is Ancelotti.
Yeah,
they're not going to get him out of Brazil, obviously, not anytime soon, unless they have a disaster World Cup.
But also,
and then he just goes back. I just don't see who they.
Madrid last season under Ancelotti were also shit.
Yeah, but that's what they do. They have 2 years or 18 months of being all right. They win a Champions League. They cover over the cracks of their shit in every other competition, and then they sack him, and then they go, "Fuck, we'll hire this new guy. He looks pretty hipster and good." Then it doesn't work, and then they go, "What's Carlo doing?" They get Carlo back. They win a Champions League, mate. It's just that's all they're going to do.
They just need someone with like aura.
Yeah,
that's why Zidane was good. What is Zidane's tactical plan? Who knows? He's done nothing before and nothing since. And then he just won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, and then he just fucked off.
Yeah, he's done fuck all. You're right. Why don't we put him back in? What's he doing? What's he up to?
It's a crazy career arc. I think he's waiting for the France job.
Right.
Because and again, similar vibes.
Yeah, he just go
just
play.
Like Elise, Mbappe, Mateta. You guys are all just bona fide superstar legends, especially you, Jean-Philippe. Did you see Jean-Philippe Mateta got a Team of the Year nominee, by the way?
Did he? How many votes did you put in?
Loads.
VPN up, 50 tabs.
I debated Leah's on a Zach Gillard video about it. Out now, go and watch it. So we both think Real Madrid should get a manager. I actually wrote verbatim, get a manager and just back him FFS. That's what I've written here.
Yeah, but there's just too many egos. I actually think they need a centre-back as well. Because I think Alaba, they've got Militao, Rudiger. They're all just a bit aging and can't stay fit. I know they got Huijsen in and he's been all right, from what I know, but I just don't. I think they need a centre back.
Canate would have been a good fit.
Well, that was the funniest thing ever, man. The first time ever that a club's come out and be like, we don't want this free agent.
We know he's free. Actually,
we've been following him for 3 years. We've been waiting for his contract to run out, and now we're 6 months away. We don't want him. We're just letting everyone know.
He feels quite Real Madrid Canate though, just like imposing.
Yeah, potentially. They just need a sort of mid-20-year-old centre-back who can stay fit.
Imagine Gahey and Huijsen were Real Madrid centre-back partnership. That actually would be insane.
That would be
Bournemouth and Palace centre-backs. Adam Morton in midfield.
Trent right back.
Yeah, it's just like a Prem all-time 11. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the Prem. Let's go on to... It feels a bit harsh calling this team an Italy team in some ways because they've been so good this season, but Villa.
No, I think it's fair.
It's hard because they've got no money. They can't really do anything.
Yeah, it is hard. Aston Villa. I mean, I said they need to find something for Harvey Elliott. They need to find a replacement because they got him in for a reason and he doesn't work. Yeah. I think Emery needs a midfielder that can also play in wide spaces.
It's so weird that he didn't work. Like that felt like a really good signing.
I know. It really did.
A decent value. It's hard though. It's hard.
Cassandra, I went a bit hipster with it. I thought Lee Kang in at PSG.
Oh, that's a good shout.
I thought he'd be good in that midfield.
Yeah, very similar player, isn't he? He's like
I think like how John McGinn can get out like into those wide spaces, he could do that well.
Yeah, that's a really good shout. I like that a lot.
I also think they need a striker because I think they're losing Marlon.
Yeah,
Roma. He's going to Roma.
But they want to get Tammy
so they need an attacker. But yeah, not Tammy. But they need another attacker. They need an attacking player, and I think they need a midfielder who can, progress like Elliott was supposed to do. I've got a versatile midfielder for them.
I've got a versatile midfielder who might be a bit of a long-ish shot. Could also play further forward. Ademola Lookman.
Oh, I love Lookman.
But I think he's off to Turkey. I think Fenerbahce want him because obviously he fell out with Atalanta and he's still not like. He's not made up for them. He will leave.
Yeah. I thought he was going to leave last summer.
Yeah, but it just never happened. And then he's been linked to Spurs as well before. I actually said on a 442 video today that Spurs should sign him. Oh, well. Villa should sign him as well.
He took one of the worst penalties I've ever seen.
Oh, my God.
Against West Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, we loved him, but he took a penalty in a relegation deciding game against West Ham. And it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Last minute Panenka straight.
The Panenka straight down the middle. It was like, and he just obviously the keeper just caught it, and we were like, what the fuck have you done?
That was in lockdown. I remember watching that because I really like Lookman. Like since he was at Charlton and Palace were linked to him, and I remember really liking. Then he went to Everton. Then he went somewhere abroad. Did he go to? I think he went to
Germany.
Leipzig.
Yeah, he went to Germany. I think he was at Leipzig.
Yeah, and then he went to Fulham. And Adam Lookman is so Palace coded. He's so Palace coded. It's really annoying me. He doesn't play for them. Play for us, should I say? But yeah, Villa. The thing is also Villa prioritise the cups.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the big learning from last year is winning a cup for a team like Villa can move the needle. Like Eddie Howe is an untouchable Newcastle legend now.
Yeah.
Because he won the League Cup. And like winning the League Cup is not that difficult.
No, I think you're right.
Winning the FA Cup is actually really
they
easy.
do need to focus on that. Like,
don't win the FA Cup. There's no reason they can't win the FA Cup this year. If they win, and again, Europa League, they should win the Europa League. Really.
Still some good teams in the Europa League though.
But Villa are good. And
Villa are probably the best team in it. And with Emery's record, you're right.
I think that's prioritise the cups.
Over finishing like 5th.
Yeah, exactly. 5, Champions League obviously great financially, and they do need that as well. But win the Europa League, 2 birds, 1 stone. You get the Champions League money and you win a trophy. So go and win the Europa League and prioritise it. I think that's a real lesson last season that most mid-table teams will have taken. Is like, shit, we should actually probably prioritise the cups. Palace played a full strength team in every cup game last year.
Yeah, it's something that we do obviously at Fulham, but that is what's frustrating is when you don't turn up. Like when we lost to you 3-0, and you're just like there's now nothing to play for. We're not going to finish 7th and qualify, so
it's hard.
Win the cup.
Yeah,
it's too hard.
Especially if teams are getting cut off from relegation.
But I do think Villa will focus on the Champions League places. I think the pressure from the board would rather you finished 4th and win the League Cup or the FA Cup.
But they've got a bit of a buffer. Now I think they're like 8 at the time of recording. I think they're 8 points clear of 4th.
I'll have a look, but yeah, they are smashing it.
Like they've got all they've got to do in the league now is just keep ticking over. They've played Arsenal twice already.
Yeah,
they've been to Anfield. They've been to Stamford Bridge.
Right. They do have a buffer. They are 8 points above Liverpool, as you said. So 3rd, they're 8 points above Liverpool, and then they are 10 points above Brentford in 5th.
Yeah,
I mean, like they are really.
It would take a
11 points above Newcastle.
And I think and the thing is 5th to 14th. Like those teams are constantly changing because none of them are putting together winning runs.
Yeah,
like Brentford are 5th because they won 3 games out of 4. They went from 13th to 5th in 4 games. But like those teams are just constantly swapping. I can't see a team putting a run together where they gain 10 points on Villa between now and May.
Mate, being in Australia, I haven't actually kept up with the table, and you are so
it's
right.
Changed
it's
so
changed
much.
A lot. Like Villa have a huge.
We're bottom half now.
Yeah,
we were 5th at Christmas.
Well, mate, you know, as I was in Australia for the best part of a month, Fulham are unbeaten.
Yeah.
So all my group chats were like, "Don't fucking come back."
Put together a nice little run.
Should we chat Fulham?
Yeah, I was going to say, let's talk about Fulham.
Yeah. Well, we had a good win in the FA Cup the other day, which was nice. Don't know if you saw it. Did you?
No, I don't really.
Football?
I don't really acknowledge the FA Cup anymore. I've retired from it.
But I mean, I think for Fulham, there's 2 positions we need. We need a striker, and I think we need a box-to-box midfielder. And I really like the lad that we've been linked to for a very long time, who scored against us in the FA Cup game, Hayden Hackney. I really like him. He looks Prem ready.
Yeah, he's hot property.
Yeah. I think we've been linked to him for like 18 months. So I would like to see us go and get him, but I think the way he's performing, we might miss out. The bigger club might come and get him.
I've seen.
I hope not.
Spurs. But the thing is, often
Newcastle. I keep
often
seeing
those teams, like if a player is linked to Spurs or Newcastle, they often go like a step down from that. Like I feel like it's. Spurs,
I think it'd be better for him than going to Spurs.
And Spurs just signed Conor Gallagher. I mean, I don't know why they signed Conor Gallagher. As much as I love Conor Gallagher,
that midfield is so good at it. The Polina, Conor Gallagher. Have you seen the meme? And it's just like it's like Solanke stood up front, like pass me the ball. And it's like them three, like in there, just them three, like tackle.
I saw Kish, who's a very good Spurs fan on Twitter, on TikTok. He was like, imagine you've just moved into a new house and you're sat in your living room. You've got a really nice TV, but you're sat on the floor because you haven't got a sofa yet. And instead of buying a sofa, you go and buy a slightly better TV. That is basically what Spurs have done by signing Conor Gallagher.
That's such a good analogy.
It really made me laugh. Borough are also 2nd in the Championship right now, so they might not be willing to sanction a
No, I can't see it. We keep bidding for Ricardo Pepi at PSV. The American striker, he's at PSV. I don't obviously know much about him. I don't watch the Dutch league, but we've been bidding for him. I think we went up to like 26 mil and had it rejected.
Damn.
So we really want him, and he's from America. So obviously Fulham and their history of American players, I feel like he'd suit us. But yeah, I mean, we do need a striker because Muniz can't stay fit. Jimenez has been overperforming.
Yeah.
But we need 3 strikers, I think, and yeah, I mean, I don't know much about him. He scored 11 goals this season in 25 games. I think he's got 8 in the Dutch league.
I feel like Fulham is quite a well structured team in that there's so much creativity behind a striker.
Yeah. We've got good depth, mate. We don't need a lot. Like we don't need to go and we don't need anything in defence. I don't think we just need a box-to-box midfielder and a striker.
Yeah, Hayden Hackney and Ricardo Pepe.
Yeah.
Pepe. I like that.
Yeah.
Hayden Hackney's a good shout. Maybe you could do what Man United did with Zaha back in the day, buy him and loan him back to Borough for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And then you got him nailed down. Borough, get money now. I think it works. Yeah. A team I've actually added 2 teams into the initial prep sheet, so sorry about that to catch you off guard. They're not technically a nearly team, but they kind of are as well. Newcastle. I want to talk about Newcastle.
I like Newcastle as a shout. I thought about them actually on the tube. I thought about a player, so I'm interested to see where you go with this.
Their recruitment kind of stinks.
Yeah.
Anthony Elanga, 55 mil.
Although we talked a lot of shit on Visser's name, and rightly so at the time of recording about a month ago, we were like, "God, what a terrible signing!" And I think he's been quite good.
He looked really good against Palace.
He looked really good.
I like him. I saw a Newcastle fan digging him out after the League Cup game yesterday. I was like, he's just dangerous. Like
He's been good.
He's very good. Like timing of runs.
He missed one big chance on his left.
But, like 2 minutes into the game. I mean,
but that header, I think Trafford made a great save.
Yeah.
That header back across was brilliant. Look, I think Visser's been really good for them. But go on. I know what you mean.
He's probably arguably starting ahead of Voltmar now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
I want to talk a bit about Eddie Howe.
Oh.
I am not sure Eddie Howe is going to lead Newcastle any further than he has done.
What does further realistically look like in the scheme of Newcastle?
I think with Newcastle's resource, they should. I don't see any reason why they should be so far behind Villa. Right
of course not. Yeah.
And I know they've had a bad start to the season, but I look at their team and Eddie Howe leads that recruitment a lot of the time, and it's just like it seems like an unwillingness to progress the football beyond Eddie Howe Newcastle ball, which is just crunching people in midfield all game and then scoring some counter-attacking goal via a Jacob Murphy cross.
Yeah.
Have some finesse. You've got the money and the squad to play better football, I think, than they do. And I know it's kind of the Newcastle a bit like Liverpool in that they always should play a high intensity football, I think, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that pretty. But they play mid-table football, and I think that should change.
They are quite one-dimensional, aren't they? You are right. But even before you prefaced it, when I think Newcastle, I think 3 powerful midfielders, also almost the opposite of what we're talking about in that Manchester United midfield.
Yeah, exactly.
3 powerful midfielders who win battles, win duels, get the crowd riled up, and then just pacey wingers crossing the ball in.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just win the ball, give it out wide, cross it, goal.
Yeah. And that's
works. How I see Newcastle.
And that works really well for.
So you want them to have a nice little 10, you want them to pick up a 10 who wants to pick up the ball and wants to play.
Yeah, exactly, and just be a bit more brave. I don't know, Newcastle are really good at home because they could just out intensity people, but their away record this season is terrible, so bad. But that's because they just have one plan.
Yeah.
And I think Newcastle are a big enough team that they could attract a good manager. I know that Newcastle's not a desirable place to live, and that is an issue. Well, I got heat for saying this before. I lived in Newcastle, and it was great. I really enjoyed it, but I was a student.
Yeah.
I wasn't a Premier League footballer. There's not that much to do there, and it's fucking miles away from London. But just go and give someone a bag. Do you know what I mean? Go and give I don't know who. There's so many managers out there. Oh, actually would Loki be good? Although it's not really a step up. I was going to say Glasner, but it's kind of the same principle. Eddie Howe to Glasner's a sideways move.
Yeah,
possibly even a downgrade.
I think you're being harsh, mate. I didn't think you'd be calling for Eddie Howe's head.
I think Eddie Howe is amazing and is an incredible job at Newcastle and is a really good manager for a certain level.
Right.
I just what is Newcastle's long-term ambition? It's realistically with what they have in place is to win the league.
Yeah.
And I know that that's a long way away, but you've got to start somewhere. And Eddie Howe is never going to win the Premier League at Newcastle ever.
But
there's not even a remote possibility of that, I don't think.
Have they not just been held back by PSR a little bit?
A bit, but then they spunked possibly. But they spent over 200 million in the summer on Voltemada, Jacob Ramsey, Anthony Elanga, and Visser.
Jacob Ramsey's been a poor signing.
That's just terrible recruitment. I know they wanted Ekitike, and that was kind of out of their control. But equally, they could have dealt with that better.
I think the issue they had, though, is because they got so much money for Isak that Voltemada and probably Visser were going to be inflated.
Big overpays.
Because both of them... Yeah, I mean, I think they're actually 2 good signings, really, in the grand scheme of things. I think if I was to say, if you take the money out of it, if I was to say they're losing Isak, but they're bringing in Voltemada and Visser as replacement, Callum Wilson and Isak out, Voltemada, Visser...
Yeah, it's good.
It's good,
I know,
but it's just probably too much money.
Voltemada has a high ceiling as well. I don't know. There's just something about Eddie Howe. I just think he's really good. Don't get I'm not slacking him off. He's a really good manager.
Yeah.
I'd have him as an England manager in the future. I think he'd be good.
I know
for
what you
that
mean.
kind of
It's
role.
more. It could be just coming to a natural end.
Yeah,
In
and
the next year, it's like
let's try something else.
Like,
let's refresh this a little bit, because you worry a bit if they just finish 6th again.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then they did get Champions League football and a League Cup last year. I guess that is progress. I don't know. It's just something to keep in mind.
I think they're still 6th now, so they're behind.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're 5th. No, I think they're behind Brentford, but
I think that part of the project will come to a natural end quite soon.
A little prediction.
Yeah, that's my prediction for 2026.
2026 crystal ball.
Eddie Howe might be sacked.
I think
Crazy prediction.
I think I actually called that on the first episode,
did?
Jacob. Yeah, he's put his hand up. I think I gave similar reasoning.
You also said that in my pre-season predictions. You said that Eddie Howe would be sacked and Jose Mourinho would get the Newcastle job.
Watch this space.
It's not impossible. I mean, it's unlikely because where Jose now is at, don't tell me, Benfica. So, anyway, Newcastle, potentially just think about changing your manager. I want to talk about Chelsea.
Yeah.
Liam Rosenior, Fulham legend.
Yeah.
He played for Fulham, didn't he?
Well, I was... he did. I was gutted, to be honest, because as weird as it is, I just thought we would end up with Liam Rosenior at some point. I thought if Silva leaves, it felt like a natural management move for him. I mean, I know he's in that sort of Chelsea group at Strasbourg, so I guess that makes sense. But we were sort of hoping in the Fulham fan. I think quietly we were like, oh, it'd be nice, if Silva does move away, because I don't think he still hasn't signed his contract. Maybe we'd get him. But no, wasn't to be.
It feels like
it's a big step up for the lad.
Yeah,
step up.
He's missed a step in his progression.
That's what I think. It's a big step up. I really like him. I like the way he speaks. I like what I've seen from him early doors. But I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know much about him. Obviously, you played against him in Strasbourg. So
Strasbourg were very good again. I mean, they were very good against us.
Yeah.
They were the best team we've played in the Conference League. We still should have won the game. Doesn't matter though. But yeah, I just think they're. And this is the problem with the whole Strasbourg-Chelsea thing. The step up from Strasbourg to Chelsea is massive.
Yeah.
I know Strasbourg are really good in Ligue 1, but it's Ligue 1.
I know.
And realistically, Rosenior should be going to a Fulham to a Palace, to a Brighton before. And Chelsea are just completely taken out that step in order to save a bit of money and potentially make a bit of money. But in reality, it just means players and managers aren't really ready to play for them.
Yeah, I agree.
But are there any ready-made people
I did see Liam Rosenior say that he wants the amount of time that Arteta has had. He said it yesterday. He wants the amount of time Arteta's had. He thinks he needs 5 to 6 years to get Chelsea to the point where they can start winning the league. And it's 5 to 6 years
Good
at Chelsea.
luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I think what's his face? Maresca was one of their longest serving managers, 18 months. Before that, it's culling, isn't it? So I just don't see how he's going to get that time.
He just won't. Arteta also shouldn't be used as the yardstick.
No,
because he just got so much time.
Yeah,
and that's so rare.
Also doing so well, but still hasn't won anything. So it's not I don't think we're going to see that.
Chelsea, because Chelsea won 2 trophies last year.
Yeah,
but they're not where they need to be. But how do they get to where they need to be?
They need to move off of this model of only signing these young players with high value sell-ons and actually sign a few proven players. Yeah. I think they just need 1 or 2 to slot in.
It would change everything for them.
They need a centre back. I think it's so painfully obvious they need a centre back. Badia Chile is not good enough in there.
Trevor Chalobah's been good, but again, he's not you're not going to win the Prem with Trevor Chalobah.
No,
alone.
I think you could with Thiago Silva or with someone like that.
Colwell's really good.
Yeah, Colwell obviously injured.
He's out all year.
Yeah,
I agree. It's getting young players who are still young. If you want to go for that model, who are still young but are really good now, like
Barcola.
Yeah,
someone like that. He's a bit more
last summer I said Ekatike. That kind of thing where it's a bit
more proven.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll cost a bit more money and you might not be able to recoup all the money for him, but you'll get a player who can actually contribute to a winning team now rather than having Garnacho and Gittins.
Yeah, it's just
Gittins is again. Why isn't Gittins at Palace, bro? So Palace. Fuck's sake, it annoys me. Let's finish on Palace. I know we're not an early team, but we might as well talk about Palace. We kind of already touched on it though. We just lack a player who can get on the ball in the forward line.
Are you still not having Yeremy Pino for that? You still not having him?
Yeremy Pino is just not a bit of me.
Obviously, I don't watch every second of Palace, but I see the highlights. I see obviously results, and every time I watch him, I'm like, oh, he's got a bit about him. I watch him, I'm like, oh, that's a good player.
He is.
But you just hate on him. You're like, no, he's not. He's rubbish.
He's really tidy.
Yeah.
And like can do good things. Has flashes here and there. And he's like a really good system player. I think in that like he works really hard and is good as is a good cog.
Yeah.
But I define Palace as like maverick talents.
Yeah.
And he just isn't that. Like, fair play to him. He's also played like basically every minute this season, and that has been really valuable for us. He's been so durable, and that's been good. Because if he'd got injured, we would have been completely screwed. But the teams he scored against this year are Liverpool's kids in the cup, Macclesfield, Shelbourne, and Wolves. So like.
That is something, isn't it? When you do look at a player's goals, you have to factor in who they've come against, and that might be the worst list.
It's not great
of goals, yeah.
And I think in reality, Pino is a really good depth option. Like if we had someone in on the left hand side who can like get on the ball and is a bit more of like a Zaha, Eze, Elise mould, not necessarily the same level of talent because obviously those are. 3 of Palace's best ever players. We just happen to have them in the space of like a 5-year period. Someone who's willing to do that. You could bring Pino on as someone who's like quite versatile. He could help control a game if we are winning.
Yeah.
He could get on the ball a bit more and take fewer risks. But players like Zaha just don't really exist anymore, especially at the lower level. And I was going to say this about Semenyo and Doku.
Yeah, I was going to say Semenyo. Yeah,
I feel like the big clubs actually have a lot more of those players now. Like Madueke at Arsenal is another example of like someone like that wouldn't have been deemed suitable to a big club like 5 years ago. But now like they want them because they have the individual one-on-one ability. But like what I've struggled with this for so long. Like there's loads of them on the right. So like Oscar Bob is, for example, a good person who I would have, but like we don't really need another right-sided player because we've got Sarr and we've got Brennan Johnson.
We got Brennan Johnson, yeah.
The left wing is just like there's just no quality there anymore. There's just no players who can offer what players do on the right, even in the world. Like, who's the best left winger in the world? Vinny Jr.
Doku, an argument.
Yeah, but then on the right, you've got like Yamal, Elise, Saka, just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
There's so many players like that on the right. Harry Wilson, of course. Ismail Assar. Not really like that at all. You know who actually low key? I kind of feel this as potentially the man to fill that hole. Fulham were actually linked with him last summer. Nearly bought him. Tyreek George.
Oh, we did. Well, I thought we bought him. It was like announced that we'd bought him, and then it didn't happen.
Yeah, barely playing for Chelsea. Apparently, they wanted to let him go. I have a very simple criteria when it comes to wingers at Palace. Are you from London?
Right.
Yes. Can you dribble? Yes. Count me in.
Okay.
Reece Nelson, Tyreek George, anyone. Jamie Gittins.
Reece Nelson would have been good for you. Why is he's doing nothing at Brentford?
I know. Well,
he's good for us.
We'll talk about Reece Nelson in the next episode, actually. Maybe that's a nice little natural segue to
next episode
to end it on.
Okay.
Next episode, we're going to talk about nearly players and where they should go to. It's basically the reverse of what we've done today.
Yeah.
Where should players go who haven't quite made it this year?
I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'm enjoyed it. I think we've just fixed multiple Premier League and European giants teams. Like, if you need... The people should be paying for that.
Yeah,
really. Real Madrid, you can donate.
Yeah, if you could just send us your invoice, your details for us to invoice, we'll just send it over to you. And if you need a manager with aura, John is available.
I am. Although I do need to go to Australia for my mental health for at least 1 month every winter.
yeah, so, over the winter, which notoriously is
I can manage from Zoom or whatever. Get
it's
up
a
at
very quiet period in football.
Well, Real Madrid will be fine. I think you don't need to do anything, do you?
That's one of the Real Madrid managers.
You could manage Real Madrid from Australia.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
You literally could.
Mbappe, Bellingham, Vinny, just go score,
do
just score
step
some goals,
overs and score, and just Hala Madrid.
Just do a thing. Yeah, Hala Madrid, just raise the eyebrow. I can't do the eyebrow raise.
Good
thank you very
episode,
much.
mate.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Usual stuff: 5-star, subscribe, like, comment, etc. We'll see you next week for another episode.
See you next time.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.